This evening, municipal workers picket City Hall over unpaid salaries. Guyana Teachers Union says it too will also go on strike regarding wages. People's National Congress hosts biennial meeting. In the region, in Jamaica, police officer shot in a barber shop. And internationally, deadly earthquake strikes Indonesia yet again.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Monday, August the 20th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining us. This month, the capital city of Georgetown celebrates its 175th anniversary. The celebration will be commemorated by a week of events showcasing all that makes the Garden City great. However, not all persons are happy with the plans. Esther Sobers tells us that several municipal employees are protesting the mayor and city council's plans. It is their belief that the millions of dollars spent on the celebration would be better used as salary payments for the workers.
Fed up of mere promises from the mayor and city council, dozens of workers took to the streets to vent their frustrations. In previous months, the City Hall workers were promised their NIS payment, previous cash allowances, and other benefits that were to be paid by the MNCC. That was never done.
We are out there really for our money. Like from our, can't remember, but I think it's our 2016 and our 2017 money, where they have all us. It's like a couple of years back. So we just need our money. Remember, we have our family. Our family need to go to school and further their studies, so we need our money.
2016, 2017 retroactive, plus uniform allowance, clothes, everything. Our salary, we get it yet. We want for this month. Right now, we're supposed to pay us. He promised us whole set of things and giving us.
Mayor Patricia Chase Green and Town Clerk Royston King have come under more criticism as the cash-strapped City Council prepares to host a town week costing 20 million Guyana dollars. The protesters feel this money should be used to pay outstanding monies owed to the workers. General Secretary of the Labor Union, Carvin Duncan, marched in solidarity with the workers.
They're deducting the people credit union money. They go to the credit union, they borrow, and the money to repay the credit union, they're deducting it and they're not paying it over. So now persons can't go to the credit union and borrow. And when they go to the credit union is saying to them, see the council ain't pay for nothing, you got nothing to get. And compounding that, the retroactive payment from the farm 2015 to 2016 has not been paid, and they haven't given us a date when it can be paid.
As the workers were seeking an audience with the mayor and town clerk to address their issues, Town Clerk Royston King was seen leaving the premises with no word of the monies owed. However, according to one protester, the council had promised to pay monies owed in August, but the workers are still in doubt as they have heard such talks before, which never materialized.
The council just keep telling us one thing, there's the management, and it's nothing. It's like they're just speaking with a forked tongue all the time. Now, this particular event will taking place here today is because we never get a word as to what date the money will be paid. They said August, but now we're trying to get a word directly what date in August, and we can't get a word what date, and then even coming to us.
The workers plan to continue their protest until the mayor and city council pay all the monies that are owed to them. Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. On Sunday, an elderly man was killed after a boat collision at Grant Good Intent, Lower Pomeroon River. 78-year-old Alan Handy, also known as Saga, was traveling in a paddle boat when his vessel was struck by a speedboat. Based on information received, at about 4 p.m., Handy left his son's home in a wooden paddle boat and was heading home when a motorboat came into his path. The collision knocked Handy into the water. The offending driver immediately raised an alarm, and the dead man's relatives rushed to the scene, but there was no sight of Handy. After a few hours, the man's body was recovered. The distraught captain claimed that due to the high boat's bow, he could not have seen clearly in front of him, and as such, he did not see Handy and his boat. He was taken into custody and is assisting with the investigations. Handy's body was taken to the city public hospital mortuary, where it awaits a post-mortem examination. City Hall employees are not the only persons protesting over salaries. The nation's teachers have decided to put down the chalk in exchange for picket signs following the breakdown of talks between the Ministry of Education and the Guyana Teachers Union. Wendell Jeffrey gives us the details regarding the looming teachers' strike.
Channel 2 Headline News understands that there were some meetings with the union and other stakeholders today. In about a week's time, some 10,000 teachers are more likely to strike than not. That is because the teachers are asking the Granger administration to be reasonable. In a recent article in Kaicho News, the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, said that the government is uncaring and is not willing to meet the needs of the teachers. The impasse is unlikely to be resolved because the teachers are tying individual and collective emotions to the discussions. The teachers feel that given the substantial increases the government gave themselves early in their tenure, it is unreasonable for them not to understand that the teachers deserve the increases that they are proposing. But for the government, the impasse is stalled for more practical reasons. Union leader Mark Light is reporting that the government is sticking doggedly to their $7 million maximum one-off payment. Minister of Education Nicolette Henry said that President Granger allows for the distribution of grants to secondary schools. She also noted that her administration has raised the teachers' pay twice since coming into office. Directly addressing the charge of the government being uncaring towards the teachers, Minister Henry said that her interpretation of language may be a little different from others. The union signaled no likelihood that the impending strike, slated to begin next Monday, will be called off. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Over the weekend, the largest party in the coalition government, the People's National Congress, completed their 20th biennial Congress. Several topics of national importance were discussed, including the election of the party's new executive board. Wendell Jeffrey brings us more in this report.
History has been made in the wee hours of the morning. After a marathon Congress, the People's National Congress Reform has elected its second female chairperson and the first female vice chairperson. Minister of Public Health, Valda Lawrence, pulled off an upset victory to become the chairperson for the PNCR for the next 2 years. That means that she will be the one responsible for strategizing and guiding the party into the local government elections in November, as well as the national and regional elections in 2020. The favorite going into the election was Joseph Harmon, the current Minister of State. He got 287 votes to Lawrence's 346. Also losing out on the chairmanship was the Attorney General Basil Williams. PNC has two new vice chairpersons. They are Annette Ferguson and Dr. George Norton. Up to press time, the votes for the executive committee members were still being tabulated. Speaking about the PNCR's election process, President David Granger said the process might have been slow and difficult, but it was clean and complete. The new PNCR chairwoman said that she has a heart for the people of Guyana. She promised to work with the president and other party leaders in addressing the needs of the Guyanese people. President David Granger remains the party leader and Ronald Bolkan its treasurer. Some 829 votes were cast during the elections. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, private contractor repairs badly damaged road in South Rheinfeldt, and PPP accuses GCOM of gerrymandering. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates. For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
Fresh ingredients and Creole foods at the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Finger-licking boil and fry, meats cooked to perfection. No MSG added. We cater for vegetarians too. Breakfast and lunch available fresh Mondays through Fridays. We open 7 a.m. Get coffee, Milo, or our famous power porridge, filled with a blend of indigenous barks, natural fruit juices. Catering services and delivery available. Call 231-4343. Located at 16 Access Road, Kingston. The Cottage Restaurant and Cafe, bringing back the good old days.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
The night you have been waiting for is finally here. Heavenly Light Mocka presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert. Now on the 14th of September at the National Stadium, 18:30 hours. Redeemers Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean Sobers, Sean English, the Minion Dancers, and many, many more. It's Tasha Cobbs and her band live at the National Stadium in Guyana. Tickets $2,000. Come experience the presence of the Lord as we worship the King together.
This is what shopping used to be. More plastic bags than I could carry or I could use. They always end up in the bin or as unsightly litter. Then it hit me. Get just one reusable bag. Now whenever I shop, I don't use plastic bags. I always have my reusable bag. It makes shopping a lot easier, and it's better for the environment.
Use one less disposable plastic bag. Make the switch to a reusable bag today. For more information, please call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome back. Last night, Minister of Public Health Volda Lawrence was elected to the position of Chairman of the People's National Congress. Emboldened by this announcement, People's Progressive Party stalwart Gail Teixeira has further entertained the thought of a 2020 presidential bid. Here again is Wendell Jeffrey.
Today at a Freedom House press conference chaired by Gail Teixeira, the PPPC's chief whip said that she was tantalized by the election of Volda Lawrence to the position of the PNC's party chairperson.
Serious considerations by all the candidates, I'm sure, and all those who are interested. And maybe Volda coming on might tantalize me, because I think I could slaughter her too.
Teixeira was responding to a question from Gordon Mosley from News Source. Her reference to slaughter came from her take on what happened during the 2016 local government elections. Teixeira was responding to a question posed by Channel 2 Headline News, and she was explaining that the PPP won big in 2016.
They were. Isn't 65% out of 71 a slaughter?
However, realizing the harshness and controversial reference to the word slaughter, Teixeira quickly retracted her statement in reference to Lawrence.
But I shouldn't use the word slaughter, so I retract that word. I could definitely beat her. at any elections.
Teixeira said that the PPP does not yet have an official statement on the PNC's recent Congress.
The results only came in around 2 o'clock this morning. I mean, I don't know why it takes, 10 hours to count 600 votes. I mean, seriously?
In an unprompted comment, the PPP chief whip lamented the length of time it takes to count the PNC's votes.
But why is it at every PNC Congress from the time I've been around, every single PNC Congress, you could check the records, the election results take phenomenal length of time, and they sometimes end up in 2 and 3 recounts.
Teixeira says that this never happens with the PPP.
PPP doesn't have that trouble at all. Our elections are done quickly, and we have, as you know, over 1,000 delegates.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. For months, residents of South Rhineville Gardens complained bitterly about the state of David Rose Street. Now, it would seem that their cries have been answered. Esther Sobers tells us more in this report.
After numerous pleas from residents of David Rose Street, South Rhineville Gardens, about the deplorable state of the road, a private contractor has decided to repair the crumbling infrastructure. The various holes were caused by the frequent reversing of the heavy-duty trucks. According to the contractor on site, this initiative was done by the Houston Estate Limited.
We just come out here to fix up the road with the truck, then break up.
The cost to repair the road, which is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, was a collaborative effort between other local companies.
Well, what we're doing here now, we just put this room as the foundation at the bottom, and then we're going to take out back the loom. Then we're going to rest the steel, 2 layers steel we put there. One at the bottom and one at the top, then we cast it to the level of the road.
This is not the first time that the company has embarked in fixing the roads which their trucks regularly traverse. However, the company hopes that the newly fixed street will last several years. Nonetheless, the residents and motorists are elated to have a proper road once more. Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Today, the opposition People's Progressive Party Civic accused the Guyana Elections Commission of gerrymandering. Wendell Jeffrey was there and has more in this report.
Is to try to gerrymander the boundaries so that they will enhance their performance at the 2018 elections. They got slaughtered, as we said in the press statement, with 65% of the local authorities being won by the People's Progressive Party.
At the PPP's press conference today at their Freedom House on Robb Street, some of the party leaders complained about what they said were some questionable behaviors on the part of the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM.
The People's Progressive Party discovered that the minister reduced the number of constituencies by 16 constituencies in 14 existing local authority areas, thereby making them the subject of redesignation with proposed redemarcation by GECOM.
That was PPP's Executive Secretary Zulfikar Mustafa, and he was reading from a prepared statement. The MP said that GECOM is working together with PNC to merge some of these districts into their fold, thus reducing the electoral numbers of the PPP while increasing the numbers in favor of the PNC. Mustafa said that this gerrymandering of the districts caused the PPP to request the meeting with GECOM's Chief Elections Officer, Keith Lowenfield.
As a result of the changes uncovered in this order, a meeting between a delegation from the People's Progressive Party and the Chief Election Officer, Mr. Keith Lowenfield, was held on July 30th, 2018.
The PPP executive member said that Ronald Bolkan, the Minister of Communities, is in breach of certain articles of the Constitution.
Minister Bolkan has failed to observe the constitutional provisions enshrined in Article 13 of the Guyana Constitution, which mandates, and I quote, providing increased opportunities for the participation of citizens and other organizations in the management and decision-making processes of the state.
He also said that there might be some padding of the voters' lists.
In some cases, the size of the numbers of voters in one constituency may vary as much as 6 to 10 times larger against other constituencies in the same local authority area. Thusly, the intentions of the minister are very suspect.
Mustafa said that the government is not concerned with the post-elections realities of their decisions.
Unfortunately, after the local government elections, many of these new local authorities areas will be severely challenged to be sustainable due to the small size of the population and limited resources available within these areas. The government is clearly unconcerned about the post-election consequences to these communities.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, leader of TNT NGO calls for an end of sexual grooming of underage boys. And powerful earthquake rocks Indonesia. But first, here's this week's bridge retraction schedule sponsored by Forbes Vulcanizing Shop.
Fresh ingredients and Creole foods at the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Finger-licking boil and fry, meats cooked to perfection. No MSG added. We cater for vegetarians too. Breakfast and lunch available fresh Mondays through Fridays. We open 7 a.m. Get coffee, Milo, or our famous power porridge filled with a blend of indigenous barks, natural fruit juices. Catering services and delivery available. Call 231-4343. Located at 16 Access Road, Kingston. The Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Bringing back the good old days.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient. You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
The night you have been waiting for is finally here. Heavenly Light Maka presents Tasha Cobbs and her band live in concert. Now on the 14th of September at the National Stadium, 18:30 hours. Redeemers Band, All Women Worship Band, Sean Sobers, Sean English, Dominion Dancers, and many, many more. It's Tasha Cobbs and her band live at the National Stadium in Guyana. Tickets $2,000. Come experience the presence of the Lord as we worship the King together.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go. Welcome back. Now here's Bibi Bacchus with the regional and international headlines of the day. Today's regional and international news is sponsored by Top Notch Auto Sales. Top Notch Auto Sales, located at 145 Regent Road, Georgetown.
In Jamaica, a policeman was shot and killed on Sunday night while at a barber shop. Around 9 p.m., 41-year-old police constable Rohan Buckner was at the establishment when he was attacked and shot several times by a lone gunman. The attacker then fled the scene. The injured constable was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Investigations are ongoing. Rondal Fields, head of the Single Fathers Association of Trinidad and Tobago, is calling for action by the Children's Authority. This comes after photos and videos of an older woman kissing a young boy were circulated on social media. In a Facebook Live video, Fields said the issue of sexual abuse and sexual grooming of boys by adult women needs to be urgently addressed. He further stated that if the situation was reversed, there would be an outrage. It is alleged that the woman seen in the videos and photos is Molly Holler. Holler was reportedly seen kissing a boy who is said to be her 13-year-old stepson. And finally, the Indonesian island of Lombok has been shaken by 2 strong earthquakes after weeks of tremor that have killed hundreds of people. A magnitude 6.3 quake killed 1 person and wrecked homes near the town of Belantin on Sunday. It was felt in the eastern end of the island, triggering landslides and sending people fleeing onto the streets. Officials later reported a 7.0 tremor in the same area. There is no word on any casualties in that quake. Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. Here's your 3-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.